Alright, round two. This video is also too long. That's what she said. For YouTube, so I'm making a new one. This is about classes. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to explain the back core versus, your major concentrated courses. So you need 180 credits to graduate. A credit is 1 hour per week that you're in a class. So if a class is 4 credits, then you're in that class for 4 hours per week. There's different formats. There's like Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, where they're 50 minutes each. There's if it's four credits, if it's also 4 credits, then you want to take it 3 days a week. So you can do it. I think it's an hour and 20 minutes each day. And if you want it in 2 days, 4 credits, you can take 2-hour classes, which is what I'm doing for my math. So that's kind of the general idea. I never really understood what a credit was exactly. You can thankfully choose classes. Hold on, wait a minute. Alright, so there's cultural, like, for example, this is the cultural diversity. There's like, 6 classes you can choose from. Just kidding. There's like 66 classes you can choose from, which is really cool. You learn best in classes that you're interested in. So for cultural diversity, for example, and you can all look these up in the course catalog, there's anthropology, Chinese, English, geography, history, Japanese, music, philosophy, Russian, and women's studies. That's just an example of how different classes there are to choose from. You just need to pick one of those classes to fulfill that core requirement. There's also, for me, my major is general science. My option is pre-nursing. You can also find this on the course catalog. You just type in your major. This is all the classes I need to take to fulfill my major. That is, I think it's set at about 45 credits. 75 credits. And you need 180 credits to graduate. Now what I can do is I can do a double major, or what most people do is they transfer to another college. They do their first 2 years here, and then they transfer to get their degree in whatever it is. There's pre-dentistry, pre-med, pre-pharmacy, pre-physical therapy, pre-veterinarian medicine, pre-nursing, whatever. And we have a couple of these here, so you don't have to transfer. But I know for pre-nursing, you do have to transfer. We don't have a nursing school here. So I can transfer again, or I can get some minors, which is actually what I'm planning to do. I want to stay here for 4 years, so I'll go ahead and get that done, get a few minors, maybe get a double degree, and then transfer to get a degree in pre-nursing from another school. There's a psychology minor is 30 credits. You need to take these 2 courses, Psych 201 and Psych 202, before you can take any of these. So that basically, it limits you so that 15 credits is an average term. So for 30 credits, you think, oh, I can get this done in 2 terms. Well, they format it in a way so that you get it over time, and you're not just doing that all at once. It's kind of an overload. So, and you don't get your gen eds in, whatever. That's not what a minor looks like. I'm also minoring in sports injury care, which I think is pretty cool. So, my roommate was home. So my next big thing that I'm gonna recommend for you is to go to class. For every 2 classes that you miss, you drop a letter grade on average. It is really important to go to class. I would know. I didn't do so hot my fall term. And some people are gonna be like me, just not gonna do like what you expected. It's a little culture shock. Tell your parents you love them before you start fall term. I'm just kidding. But another reason to go is for participation. Sometimes they hand around a piece of paper that you have to sign and be like, hey, Jenny, can you sign my name for me? And like, so it looks like I went. Which is one thing you can do to cheat system. You might get caught, probably will. Participation, if it's a smaller class, then they sometimes take roll, or like in a recitation, um, you can you have to sign your name on the top of a piece of paper when you do your in-class assignment. But the last way, if you have like a 600 person class, and yes, it happens. I have taken 2 600 classes already. You're like, oh, there's no way they'll know if I'm here or not. Just kidding. There's this thing called a clicker, and you go to a channel. If I can turn it on, probably can't really see it, but you go to a little channel that's up here in the corner. I use my clicker this term for human sexuality. Yes, that is a real class, and yes, it is awesome, and yes, I recommend that you take it. It's channel 69, and so she puts a question up on the board, and then she puts like 4 or 5 different answers that you can choose from. It's like an A, B, C, or D, or E format, and then you just click the number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, whatever corresponds with A, B, C, or D, and then it's like a little poll, and then like this sends it to her computer, and then her computer actually, well, I say her because her computer's a girl, him or her, it'll send it to their computer, and it comes up with a little pie graph or a little bar graph or whatever, and you can actually see the real results of your classmates. And it was actually really interesting. So it is important to go to class. Every teacher who grades in participation typically gives you like 3 or 4 classes that you can skip, either because you don't want to go, or because you're sick, or because you're out of town, or whatnot. And they drop those grades, or drop that score, so it doesn't affect your grade. But they only get so many. I'll also say, if you bring a laptop to class, don't be that person. Don't be that person that sits in front of like 5 different people and you're watching Netflix, and let's just say it's a group of girls and you're watching Gossip Girl. We're all gonna be like, oh my gosh, Serena did not just piss Blair off. And if you guys don't watch Gossip Girl, you're like, what the fuck? Don't be that person, because it's really distracting. And I've fallen victim to that many times. And also, just like randomly, your computer will just say Facebook on it, and you're like, what? How did that get there? You get distracted really easy in class, especially when you have access to things more interesting than chemistry or psychology. So, my next thing, make sure this video is shorter. Homework load. This is a very, very common question for almost all college freshmen, because you either are like me, who went to a school that barely assigned any homework, and literally my whole senior year I didn't do any homework at all, or you went to a school, don't hate me for this, like Jesuit, where you do like 4 or 5 hours of homework a night. I'm not even kidding. Like my brother and sister go to Jesuit right now, and they literally spend like hours and hours every single night on homework. So for me, I guess I would say an hour and a half. It depends on what grades you're looking to get, and that's it's not really an answer that you want to hear, but you study as much as you want, and you study as much as you think will get you the grade you want to get. That's just how it is. So I would say an hour and a half is pretty normal. An hour and a half. It also depends on the classes you take. So, and then textbooks, yay! Topic that we all want to hear about. Where did it go? Okay. So, my first term, I wasn't very smart. I didn't get my textbooks until the last minute, literally until the first week of school. I had to get it from the bookstore, and I couldn't order it online to save a ton of money. But I will say the upside was like if I waited a little bit longer, I would have realized I don't need some of the books that I bought. But so fall term 2011, I paid $491.17 on textbooks, and that's a little more excessive than most people. Most people spend about 200, 250 if they go on Amazon. Amazon's a good site. One of my people on my freshman page told me to tell you guys go to Amazon. I'll also probably make a video of like URLs that you can look. And now that I learned my lesson, I realized that the only book I really need this term was my math book, and so I only spent $96.98 on textbooks winter term. So again, I mean, you can either wait and see which books you're not going to use and save money that way, or you can buy all your books on Amazon, save money that way. Kind of preference, I guess. See which one works for you. Depends on the classes again. I mean, a huge one was my chemistry book. That was $115. So, yeah. So, textbooks can be expensive. Yeah, it sucks because no, their tuition doesn't cover it, but it's just kind of the way it is. So, yep. All right. Next video, please.